Hello everybody. Today we are going to be reviewing the first Jurassic World movie because for some I could have sworn to God I had reviewed this before and somehow the file just got deleted. I'm not really sure what happened because I swear I did the reviews for the first two Jurassic World movies before I went to see the new one, but I don't know. I can't find them anywhere on my computer and they're not on my iPad anymore, so yeah, I even looked in my editing program and I can't seem to find them there, so I don't know where they've gone, whether I've accidentally deleted them somewhere along the way or whether they just didn't upload correctly or what the heck happened to them. But anyway, I'm doing it today, so we're going to review the first Jurassic World movie now and talk about what happens in it and talk about it a little bit. And yeah, I guess we'll. And then finally, I can actually start uploading my newer videos hopefully this weekend. Actually, I think I'm just going to do get some older ones up, and yeah, as I slowly work on my new list and or yeah, new content. And oh my god, it's just crazy the stuff I have to go back and watch and do reviews for and all that. So yeah, it's gonna be a wild ride. But yeah, we will get this. I will get this done eventually. And yeah, some of the reviews I wanted to do are going to be a little bit further behind than what I wanted, but it is what it is. Stuff happens, and I just got to roll with the punches and get content out on this channel because I'm grinding this year to get a little bit of well, you know what I mean. Grinding this year to get more into the algorithm of YouTube and get noticed. So yeah, that's what I want, and I got to keep pushing to do that. And my videos have been getting more traction lately, so I'm really happy about that. Even one or two views is something, right? I don't care how many views it gets. Anything, any view duration, clicks, whatever. It's just been better in the last few months. So yeah, I'm gonna take it in strides and hopefully start to. I've been getting some recommendations and stuff, and yeah, that's been pretty cool. So that's my little rant at the beginning of this video. So we are going to actually open IMDb here and talk about the cast and crew as well, I guess we kind of know the cast at this point, don't we? We obviously know that Chris Pratt's playing Owen Grady. Bryce Dallas Howard is playing Claire Dearing. Ty Simpkins is Gray, the older brother, I do believe. Maybe he was the younger brother. Oh, I guess he was the younger brother. Holy crap. Whoops. My thumb slipped and I hit the wrong button. Hopefully that reloads. And then we had Judy Greer's Karen, which was Gray and Zach's mom. Irfan Khan played Mazrat, and Vincent D'Onofrio played Vic Hoskins. Nick Robinson played Zach, the older brother. Jake Johnson played Lowry, and he was in the show New Girl. See, this is why I'm having like flashbacks. I swear to God, I've talked about this movie before. And then Omar Sy played Barry, and BD Wong played Dr. Henry Wu, who was obviously important in the series. And then Catherine McGrath played Zara, who was Claire's assistant, who basically kind of took the kids around the island while Claire was working because she was too busy to even see her own nephews, which makes no sense because you would think she would have taken the time off knowing that they were coming to Jurassic World in order to be there with them in all the exhibits, right? Sorry, I shouldn't have done that. I gotta make a blooper reel at some point of me doing silly things during the review. Okay, so I kind of wish this mic was more adjustable, but it's really not. It kind of just stays in one spot. So, but the audio is a little better. I've been finding with this on anyway. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so we're going back to Island Nublar, which was the very first island. Obviously, that Hammond had his park on, and there are definitely throws to that park, or little Easter eggs, I guess, throughout the movie. Especially when the two kids, when Zach and Gray find the original compound, I guess, that the dinosaurs were kept in. And yeah, the banner that the T-Rex, the iconic moment where it falls down in front of the T-Rex, the banner they use as like a torch or whatever. So that was kind of cool to see that, obviously. And there was other stuff too. I'm sure there was stuff that I missed, but it looked like a monkey skull at one point that Owen jumps over. And then obviously we know that Owen has been training these raptors, and we know that Hoskins wants them to be trained as weapons rather than just, he wants them to be trained to become weapons to replace military soldiers. And I guess his idea is that if they can, I guess, genetically enhance the raptors to just kill and breed loyal bloodlines, that somehow that will create loyal animals to the military service. And we have InGen is the new company that has taken over. Was it InGen? I swear to God it was InGen, the new company that's taken over at this point. Because the original company was not called, or no, I guess it was it InGen? Was InGen the original company in the Jurassic World movie, or the Jurassic Park movies? Oh my God, I'm trying to think. I can't remember. Oh my God, that's going to bug me now. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it has to be InGen that was in the Jurassic Park movies. I'm going to have to look that up now, because that's going to bug me if I don't remember. InGen. Whoops. I swear to God it was InGen that was in the... Oh, come on, stupid thing. I don't want a definition of it. InGen Jurassic Park. Okay, so it was InGen that was in the movies. Alright. Okay, so yeah, InGen is still running the show, I guess. Yeah, oh yeah, because the other guy has taken over for Hammond, right. And what was his name? Oh yeah, Masrani has taken over for Hammond, right, and could to continue on his dream. But obviously he knows that he's kind of being double-crossed by Dr. Wu, because when he asked for new dinosaurs, he didn't ask for what Dr. Wu had created. And it had, like, pufferfish DNA in it. Was it... It was, I think it was chameleon DNA, now that I'm remembering correctly. Anyway, this thing was just like a mismatch, or, yeah. What am I trying to say? A mismash? Mismash. Oh my God. There's a saying that I'm trying to say. It was just a bunch of different animals put together to, I guess, kind of adapt this new breed of dinosaur to the climate, which is called the Indominus Rex, which should have never been created, and thank God that it was killed at the end of the film, because otherwise, who knows what would have happened in these movies. But I mean, when people get involved and they're trying to create bigger and better to, I guess, thrill people, it definitely goes over their heads as to what they should and shouldn't do, and this was definitely a shouldn't do. And I think as the movies go along, as we've learned, obviously Dr. Wu realizes the errors of his ways as he begins to get a little older, and doesn't want to be doing the same thing that he was doing in this movie, because I think he thought he was creating something great, and it ended up backfiring on him, obviously. Eventually, the raptors do get out to hunt the Indominus Rex, but the Indominus Rex also has, surprise, surprise, raptor DNA in it, so it's able to communicate with the raptors and turn the raptors on the people. So that is also not great, because I'm pretty sure Hoskins was not wanting that to happen, and obviously Owen didn't have any idea that this Indominus Rex had raptor DNA in it. Oh my God, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Okay, and then when the raptors turn, he has to somehow kind of rally the raptors back to him being the alpha over top of all of them. And unfortunately, the only raptor that survives is Blue, which was slightly predictable, I guess, but maybe not so much. I guess because Blue was the beta and obviously Owen considered himself the alpha, as he kind of built a connection with the Raptors over the course of the movie. I'm pretty sure he had a strong connection with them, obviously, and so did Barry as well. He had a very strong connection with a couple of the Raptors too. Now I know one of the Raptors' name was, I think Charlie, Delta Echo, and Blue. I think that's what he named it because Chris Pratt's character Owen was ex-military, and they brought him over to do this project with them, with InGen, and he doesn't want the Raptors obviously to be used as weapons. He wants them to be, I guess, out in the wild and like free on the island eventually is his plan, but obviously not the plan of everybody else. And Claire throughout the movie, you can definitely tell she's not the survivalist type because during the one scene where they're tracking down the kids throughout the island, it's funny because she just ties her shirt up and thinks that's going to be like, she goes, "I'm ready now," and Owen kind of looks at her and goes, "Ready for what?" She goes, "Ready to go," and it's just like, okay, that's not going to do anything. And also, how she wore high heels throughout the entire movie and didn't change into any different type of shoes is absolutely ridiculous because I don't think she would have actually made it out of a lot of the situations alive in high heels. But anyway, she got lucky quite a few times, especially when she had to release the T-Rex in order to fight the Indominus Rex, and Blue and the T-Rex and the other water dinosaur, which I can't for the life of me ever remember the name of, end up killing together. There's a bug just flying in my face all the time, and I swear to God it keeps coming back to life or something. Okay, so I was just saying that it seems to be a common theme in these Jurassic World movies, because I forgot to delete the other videos off of my iPad, and oh my God, another video. It's going to be 2 parts. Anyway, chalk that one up for a blooper too, maybe, if I ever get around to ever making it. I don't think I'm ever going to make a blooper video, let's be real. You're just going to have to watch the videos if maybe somebody else can make a blooper reel of me. If they watch enough of my videos, I'm sure there's enough of them, so yeah. But as I was saying, it seems to be a very common theme in the Jurassic World movies that there's always like a big dino battle at the end of the movies, which I don't mind. It's been kind of a new, newly introduced as far as that goes, because I don't think there was very many of them. It was more like the people being chased in the older movies type things. There was no real like dinosaurs battling, and now this has kind of been like, yeah, it's been a new introduction to the movie, right, as far as that goes. What else can I say about this movie? The only thing the biggest downfall for me as far as this movie goes was the fact that I put it off watching it for a very long time because I think Jurassic 3 really was supposed to be like the end of the dinosaurs on an island type deal, and they were obviously supposed to be going out into the world, and I think we were expecting that as Jurassic Park fans, that whatever the next film was going to be, they were already going to be kind of coinciding with people. Like they were going to be living with people, and people were already going to have to be adapting to that. And it was kind of disappointing when I saw the trailers for this one originally that I was like, oh my God, a Jurassic World movie, yes, but then it was just another park, and I'm like, it feels like you're kind of hanging on to the nostalgia of the park theme a little bit too much, and yeah, that was kind of the downfall of this movie for me. Now, obviously, the kids did a phenomenal job acting in this movie, and when they went out on he called it a hamster ball, so I'm just going to call it a hamster ball because I can't remember the name of the actual ride. But when they went out on that and they went into the forest where they weren't supposed to go, and they're running with the Indominus Rex, now that was crazy. When the Indominus Rex picks up the ball that they're in and just smashes it on the ground and is trying to obviously eat them because the Indominus Rex has realized where it is in the food chain because it can camouflage. It rips its own tracker out that's supposed to zap it when it gets too close to the exhibits. It ends up breaking into the aviary where all the pterodactyls are kept. Now, I'm a sucker for the pterodactyls because the pterodactyls in the third movie was the reason the third Jurassic Park movie is my favorite movie. So the scene where the pterodactyls are just flying down on everybody and just picking them up and throwing them around, including Claire's assistant, which was unfortunate. Zara, she got probably the worst death in the entire movie because she just gets picked up and then thrown into the water, and then the pterodactyls dive down and toss her around between them, and then she gets eaten by the water dino, which I can't remember the name of it for the life of me, but this bug is going to really bug me if it keeps landing everywhere. And I swear to God, I keep hitting it. But yeah, anyway. She gets eaten by the water dino. I'm getting distracted by this bug too much in this review. She gets eaten by the water dino, and then obviously the kids are supposed to be saved. Yeah, end up getting saved by Owen more than their own aunt, and that they want to stay with Owen throughout the entire movie, which I found absolutely hilarious because obviously, as we know, Claire abandons them on the first day, and then all this stuff happens to them, and then they have to get reconnected, and they figure out how to actually start one of the Jeeps from the original park, which was cool. And then when they're coming back into the actual, like, Jurassic World park, you can see the pterodactyls just kind of, like, coming over the hill, and it's just like, that would be terrifying if that was the first thing you saw after you saw the Jeep, because, yeah, you know it's not going to end well for anybody with that many birds in the sky. Some of the pterodactyls were obviously genetically modified because they had like T-Rex heads, and the first time I watched this again, I had to pause it and be like, am I seeing that correctly, or am I like just imagining things? But nope, some of them were modified because the one that lands on Owen that almost kills him had a T-Rex head, and then Claire obviously kicks it off of him and tranks it. But so they saved each other, and then that was their first kiss again, because I guess they were together before the movies, and that's why she doesn't want to go and get him originally to bring him in and kind of talk about the Indominus Rex and maybe what is going to what it could potentially do, and kind of, I mean, maybe train it possibly in order to be in front of people. Maybe that was their kind of whole idea. But obviously when Masrani finds out about the dinosaur, he just wants to contain it and kill it before it can actually end up hurting anybody else beyond what it already has. And the funniest character in this movie was obviously Lowry, who at the end of the movie almost kisses his co-worker, Vivian, who was played by Lauren Lapkus. They were the two, I guess, kind of people who were in control of all of the park rides and the dinosaurs and keeping track of everything. And obviously when the Indominus Rex gets out, he decides to stay behind and finish helping Owen and Claire with obviously taking it down, right? And he goes to kiss Vivian at the end. She goes, "I have a boyfriend," and she says, "I don't talk about it at work," which doesn't really make sense because you would think that would come up in conversation if your best friend was basically sitting beside you and you thought he had feelings for you, that you would tell him right from the beginning before he tried to make a move. But that's just me. It seems like something that would have come up in conversation, like, "Hey, how are you and your boyfriend doing?" Yeah, or yeah, just before you get too close, "I have a boyfriend." I don't know. It just seems like kind of like small talk, right? Like normal people small talk. But I mean, maybe she didn't talk about it because she didn't want to have everybody on the island knowing about it. I'm not sure. Or maybe it was in a contract she signed. Who knows, that you weren't supposed to talk about personal stuff at work. I mean, maybe. Who knows? Anyway, unfortunately, Masrani dies when the pterodactyls get out of the aviary. Why can I never say that right the first time? And his helicopter crashes and explodes right behind the Indominus Rex, and the Indominus Rex just walks away from the explosion. So that was one of the cooler CGIs in this movie. And oh, obviously, Owen riding with the raptors through the forest when they're going to find the Indominus Rex the first time with the raptors. That was one of the cooler scenes. Definitely one of the most iconic scenes in the Jurassic World movies, I would say. You could kind of see the layers of animation there, and I would say, obviously, throughout these three films, now that I've seen all three of them, the animation for the raptors does get better, but I would say I almost think the detailing on Blue changes a little bit, and maybe that's because she's aging as time goes on, obviously, so they're trying to make her look a little bit older, and her colors are fading, maybe. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I think she looks slightly different in the third movie. I'm gonna have to go back and watch them all again just to see if she still has the blue stripe up her entire body, or whether it's changed slightly throughout the three movies. Kind of interesting that I've picked up on that out of all the things that I could pick up on in these movies. But I think I've touched on everything now that I possibly can, except for my rating. So 7 out of 10 is what I gave this movie. And I think I gave it that just because of, again, talking about how I wanted them to be already coexisting with humans, and it was just another park, and it took another three movies again to actually get them out into the world in order to be with humans again. So, other than that, this movie is definitely a must-watch if you're a Jurassic Park fan, I feel, because it took them. Oh God, when did the last movie come out? 2003, I think, maybe was Jurassic or Jurassic Park 3. I can't even remember. Let me see here. Oh, 2001, and then this one didn't come out till 2015. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. 14 years apart. That's nuts. Anyway, yeah, so 7 out of 10 for this movie, and I will be reviewing the second one now because I got to go back and do that again for whatever reason. Yeah, I'm not sure where the files went. They just seem to have disappeared. So, but anyhow, yeah, I have to get ready for work and go because if I don't, I'm going to be late. So that's it for this review. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.